things that we want to do when we work our down stay and we're building time to it. Down, obviously our dog needs to know how to sit, how to lay down, and how to stay, right? So you're gonna put them on their bed like this, okay? And then I'm gonna mock this stool as if this is your chair, you're at your desk, you're on your couch, you're sitting somewhere, and your dog is next to you, right? Like a down, down. So great. I mean, here's a great example of how we can develop this into this with Micah, right? So, but the first part is, so many people try to develop their downstay by getting the dog to stay there and then we walk away, right? So before you're able to walk away and have them hold the position, we need them just to be next to you like this for an extended period of time. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do it just like this. So I'm at my desk, I'm on my chair, I'm on my computer, I'm on my couch, this is the coffee table, my dog's next to me, whatever it might be, okay? You're at your kitchen table, you're on a chair, your dog's next to you, whatever it is, you're sitting down and they're next to you with the leash in your lap like this. And you're doing your thing, right? You're telling them, stay, Marcus, stay, good boy, and you're doing your thing, right? And as time passes by, you're gonna go ahead and reward them for holding the stay, okay? So you'll come down, yes, good boy, you'll reward him, you'll tell him to stay, you'll keep going, typing, whatever you're doing. And so we're gonna build to the 20, the 30, the 45 minutes this way. And so what happens is as soon as they break it, you're just gonna be able to simply put them back, right? And so that's our first part, okay? We're kind of quick to be dropping the leash, having them stay on their own, but they can't even stay when they're essentially connected to you. And that's the first part, right? So even when we are working on our sit stays, first we hold the leash and we go around them and we work on the 360, right? Sit, stay, 360. So we also work the down stay 360, but we need to work our duration by essentially babysitting them first. You have to babysit them, okay? So, because you're trying to teach the expectation first, right? The expectation is I need you to just hold this position for an extended period of time, but you need to be able to reinforce that and actually build the dog's understanding of it. So it's gonna require you to stay with them, all right? And then little by little, once you get that, okay, once you get that and you've developed the understanding, well then now we can start to move around, right? Because the dog understands, oh, okay, I know what you want me to do. You want me to stay here for a long period of time. Because what we need to do is, look, we need to shut down some of the messing around, biting of the mat there, biting of the corners. They start messing with their bed. They hang off of it. They're looking on the ground. They're smelling for things. They obviously completely tried to get off. We have to shut all of those things down to teach them what we're looking for, which is like this, look, shh, shh, for them to hold the position, right? So that's also one of the reasons why we really like working on the cots at the beginning like this, because it's very clear whether your dog is on it or not. Sometimes if you're working on just their plush bed or whatever it is, a bed, or even just on the floor, they can be crawling. They can be half on the bed, half off. We want them to be totally on it, right? It's got to be very clear to them what the expectation is. So, so we need to shut down a lot of the getting distracted. Okay, because that's eventually what's gonna happen when they break it. They're gonna get distracted. They're gonna be like, oh, something's better over there. I'm distracted, now I'm gonna break it, right? So building time to your command is teaching the dog not to get distracted, how to stay focused on task. And so, look, here we go. Now he's gonna come over here, he's gonna start messing with Micah here, right? So you see what I do? I simply just use the leash, right? And I pinpoint not to do that. Okay, so you might get whining, good, we want that yawn right there because he's slowing down. He tried to go over there, he tried to mess with this, he tried to mess with Micah, and so we told him, nope, none of that, just stay right here, right? And so again, periodically, as he starts to pass time or new challenges, we can reward. So, but make sure that you're rewarding at the correct time, okay? So like this, I wanna reward him when he's kind of settled down. Some time has passed between me having to tell him maybe to stop messing around and him calming down, okay? So you see I'm using the leash to pinpoint what we don't want, and then I'll reward for when he's doing it correctly, which is just relaxing, okay? So I think when you're first working this, I wouldn't give them a bone or a chew toy or something right now when you're working on it, because they're gonna end up standing up. They're chewing on it, they mess with it too much, it falls off, they go to get it. Like, it's just gonna go against what you're trying to develop. So, but it is an option later that once they know how to hold their stay, you can give them a bone, right? They need to hold the stay while chewing the bone. I'm not using the bone to keep them in the stay. All right, so that's the first part. Park them right next to you, put the leash over your lap, and work it from there, right? Because the key here is when they break it, we've got to put them back with the leash. This is why we have to teach them their leash pressure so they know how to follow the leash. So when I bring them back, I can simply just guide them, right? I don't have to be pulling them everywhere or luring them with the food, okay? Because that's not, I mean, maybe with our young puppies, we're gonna be doing that, okay? But if your dog's a little older, I wanna be able to lure them up with the leash, right? I actually wanna be able to take action and put them back versus maybe having to bribe them and lure them with food. Okay, if I have to lure my dog back up into the position because they broke it with food, I'm essentially just rewarding him for breaking it. He's like, wow, this is awesome. If I break it, you just pull food out and lure me back and then give me the food, right? It's almost like the dog would want to break it all the time because they're gonna get food out of it, because that's what you use to reset them. So I want to be able to use my leash to reset them. All right, so here we go. This is it right here. Look, this is it. He stood up. I guide him up. Look, I guide him down, stay. I remind him to stay, and there we go, right? So that's the key, right? That's key. So it doesn't do us any good if we have the leash on the dog, but we're still using food to lure them back into the position, right? So this again is why he needs to know how to sit, he needs to know how to lay down, and he needs to know that with the leash so that we can be guiding him, right? And again, guys, this is about developing patience and self-control, okay, and impulse control. They don't really want to do this. They'd rather run around and mess around, right? But we're just trying to teach them when it's work time, right? When we ask you to relax, we need you to relax. And when it's playtime, we can have fun and go bonkers, right? So look, kind of biting things, especially if you have a young dog, they're gonna be searching everywhere to bite everything. Okay, so again, we can go ahead and give them something to chew on, but they need to be holding the stay, all right? So this is how you're gonna work it first. Park them next to you, sit down, and do your thing, okay? Sometimes you might need to you can also just kind of wrap the leash around your thigh here, put it under your leg, okay? So again, this is prepping your dog to be able to go to restaurants, get coffee, where they're gonna be sitting next to you at the table, and you're gonna be doing your thing. So they need to know how to hang out, right? While other dogs come in, people come in, waiters come by the table. So here it is again, you see? Right, here it is again. Down. Okay, so look, I'm up high since I'm on this stool, but just come down here, stay, stay. So you see how I use the leash? I'm not saying sit, I'm not saying down, I'm just using it to guide him back down. Okay, so that's how you're gonna do it right here, right? And eventually, it's gonna be very easy for you to get to, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, because you're just sitting here with them. And your goal is that eventually they fall asleep. That's your goal. Now you've accomplished what you wanted, which was teaching them to relax, okay? Them trying to get off, get up, crying, whining, barking, that's not relaxing. That's everything but relaxing, okay? So the goal is we're trying to teach them to relax. It's actually lay down and stay, which is relax on command. So again, first we're gonna generalize it to their bed, to their cot, and then we can implement it wherever we want. Sort of like this here with Micah, right? So that's how you're gonna do that. Good boy. And then make sure, okay, when you're done, make sure that you release them, right? Because that entire time we've been telling them, don't get up, don't get up, don't get up. Now we need to tell him it's time to get up. So make sure that you end all of that with actually releasing them. Good boy.